Hello everybody, I'm Big G. Today we're going to put some sort of transmission shield on the 66 Chevelle, make it legal for once. What I'd like to put on is this carbon fiber one-piece shield that's got the flex plate shield and everything all built in one. I think I might have fitment problems, but we're going to try. This is made by CSR. If not, I've had the blanket on the car before. The blanket will work. But it's kind of sloppy and the straps like to drag the ground. Not the best choice. If I use the blanket, I have to figure out how to fit this goofy thing, which is the flywheel shield or flex plate shield, and I don't think that's going to fit. But anyway, let's get this transmission out and see what we can get in there. This should be all I need to do the job. I like to get the tools out first before I start. This is a cool flex plate grabbing, turning tool. Stole that out of Kurt's toolbox. He won't mind. And then this is an awesome extension I've been using for years. It's actually a Matco, but I think Snap-on, everybody makes them, but it's 1/2-inch drive. And then the other end of it's got a 3/8, and then I put these swivel sockets on there. But a couple wrenches, impact, and get to work, see if we can get this thing out. I'm gonna do the top bell housing bolts first, and I'm already there, but they're the hardest. I got a light up there, you can kind of see it. Yeah, maybe, kind of blurry, but anyway, they're up there, a couple on the sides. Got everything disconnected. It's almost out. So here's Kurt's tool in action here. I got 2 of the bolts out. I got 1 left, but pretty much a one-handed deal. That one's tight. That's it, it's out. So, I don't know, flip this thing around, I don't know how that works. Anyway, I think the problem is these little things are in the way, and that I can't grind out because that goes into the case, but I think all these little things right here all have to be ground out of there. So I'm going to do a test fit and see what happens. So I'm done trimming it. It looked like it was just these little ears here that hit, a little bit of the corner of that, but not much. A little bit on that side there. It's going to be a pain to get in there though. I'm going to have to figure out something with this dipstick too, but right now I'm going to clean it. I don't know if everybody's Dodge dealer does this, but the cheapest brake cleaner I've ever found is this Mopar stuff. It was like $1.49 a can, but it went up. It's like $1.79 a can, but still the cheapest. But anyway, that's what I'm going to use to clean it. I got metal, aluminum shavings everywhere. We're just going to clean them off. Alright, I got it all trimmed up and it's going to fit, except for the dipstick tube. So I'm gonna make me a little bracket that bolts to this little bolt hole here, and then I'm gonna weld it to where that one is. Hopefully that'll work. I get this piece of sheet metal here, so I'm gonna make something real quick. 3/8 hole, and then I'm gonna put a bend in this and weld it to the dipstick tube. All right, I got hot, I got hungry, it was lunchtime, so I had to stop. I couldn't get the thing up in there because the transmission dipstick tube kind of had to be moved over to clear that goofy shield. It's now up against the floor, but I think the bolts are too long to put them in after the shield, so I'm trying to squeeze it all up in there. Bolts, shield, all one piece. So I've got to a point where I was stuck. I got mad, so I left. So anyway, I can show you, but I'm like up in there, but it's not quite lined up. And I think I'm way like wedged against the floor on this side, so I'm gonna put a pry bar on it and see if I can't get it up in there that way. Alright, my grill part went dead putting this in, and it's taking way longer than I expected. So it has to go up in there with the bolts because the bolts are too long. It has to go in there with the dipstick, so I thought, yeah, I can't get it in there, it hits the floor. It has to go in there with the shield, everything. So I drilled 3 little holes in it and put zip ties in it so it would hold it so I could put the stupid thing up in there. So, one last try, GoPro's dead, we'll see what I got here. Alright, I'm beat. That took way longer than it should have. But it's in there. My biggest problem, I thought the dipstick tube was hitting the firewall on the passenger side, but it was actually the flywheel protector was hitting the firewall on the driver's side. So moved that over, kind of beat up the firewall. I did not take any video of that, did not want anybody to see that. Anyway, huge mess on the floor, twice as many tools as I started with, but it's in there. One SFI legal shield. Woohoo! Anyway, am I glad I did it? No. Am I glad it's done? Yes. Alright, I'm gonna clean up this mess and take it home.